Good evening, St. Matthias. This is your Unit 1 mid-module review to help you with the test tomorrow. So our first question here says, Josiah and Tillery have new jobs at Yum Yum's ice cream parlor. Josiah is Tillery's manager. In their first year, Josiah will be paid $14 per hour and Tillery will be paid $7 per hour. They have been told that after every year with the company, they will be each given a raise of $2 per hour. Is this relationship between Josiah's pay and Tillery's pay rate proportional? Explain your reasoning using a table. So it is asking us first to make a table. Let's expand this a little bit more. So this is going to be years. This is Josiah. And this is Tillery. And let's mark this off. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it says that Josiah is going to be paid $14 per hour and Tillery is being paid $7. And that after every year they get $2. So 14 plus 2 is 16, plus 2 is 18, plus 2 is 20, plus 2 is 22. Then we're going to come over here to Tillery. Then we're going to have 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 2 is 15. So we want to know, is the relationship between the pay rate proportional? So here, I can take 7 and multiply it times 2 and get 14. So it would be 14 to 7 or 2 to 1. Here I have 16 to 9. There's no way that I can simplify that evenly because this 16 is 4 times 4, 9 is 3 times 3. So that is the lowest it will go. Here I have 18 and 11. 11 is prime. So I can't simplify that one any further. Here I have 20 to 13. 13 is also prime. So I can't simplify that one any lower. And 22 to 15. These don't have anything in common. So no, this one, there is no relationship. All right, question 2. A recent study claimed that in any given month, for every 5 text messages a boy sent or received, a girl sent or received 7 messages. Is this relationship between the number of text messages sent or received by boys proportional to the number of text messages sent or received by girls? Explain your reasoning using a graph of a coordinate plane. And I do apologize, I didn't give you one, so we'll just have to make our own here. So let's do... Okay, so these I'm going to do in increments of 5. And I'm going to do these in increments of 5 as well. Okay, so, and if it's easier, we can also make a T-chart. So here we'll have boys, here we'll have girls. Boys go up by 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Girls are going to go up by 7, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So now we need to figure out which one of these is boys and which one is girls. Typically the first one is going to be your X, so this will be boys, and the second one will be your Y, that one is girls. So now we are going to simply put these points on the graph. So 5, 7 would be roughly about there. 10, 14 is going to be roughly about there. 15, 21 is going to be right about there. 20, 28, and this would look a whole lot better if there was an actual graph here, but since we're estimating, we can kind of figure out where it looks. Then from there, you're going to connect that line. So it wants to know, is there a relationship between the number of text messages sent by sent or received by boys proportional to the number of text messages sent or received by girls. So yes, there is a relationship because they increase at the same rate each time. This one increases by 5, this one increases by 7. So every time we increase by 5 here, we increase by 7 here. I can simplify those to get back down to this 5-to-7 ratio. All right, let's move on to number 3. When a song is sold by an online music store, the store takes some of the money and the singer gets the rest. The graph below shows how much money a pop singer makes given the total amount of money brought in by one popular online music store from sales of the song. So we're using this graph to answer this question and these questions on the back as well. So that first question says, identify the constant of proportionality between dollars earned by the pop singer and dollars brought in by sales of the song. So here, again, it might be best to make a T-chart with these values that they've listed. So the sales is the bottom. So that is our X. And the amount paid is the Y. Sorry, it's difficult to do this one-handed. Okay, so the first point they point out is 240. The second point is 600 and 120. And that second point is 1,200. So in order to find the constant of proportionality, all we simply do is divide these values to see what we get. So I'm going to do 200 divided by 40, 600 divided by 120, and 1,000 divided by 200. For this example, I'll show you the calculations on the calculator. However, you should be able to do this by hand as well. So 200 divided by 40 is 5. So we're going to write 5 there. Now I'm going to do 600 divided by 120 also equals 5. And 1,000 divided by 200 is equal to 5. So in this case, my constant of proportionality, I'm just going to put CP for now, is 5. And this is just the work that you would show in order to find that and prove that each of these has the same one. All right, let's go back here to the second page. So it says, write an equation, write an equation relating dollars earned by the pop singer Y to the dollars brought in by sales of the song X. So if we look back here, we have our sales as X, our money paid is Y. So we're trying to figure out how much money we have. Y equals, typically, and I don't know if you've learned this, but the equation for a line is Y equals mx plus b. We're going to use that information. So the Y is what we're finding. In relation to this information, this is for the sales. The sales is 5, or the X is 5, when Y is 1. It wants us to do it in relation to Y and X. So if our X was 5 and our Y was 1, we're doing it in the order that the problem suggests. So this one is going to be 1, 2, 5, or we can write that as 1/5, since we can write our ratios in 3 different ways. So this is going to be 1/5 X. Our starting point is 0, but we can ignore that for a moment. So I have Y equals 1/5 X. All right. According to the proportional relationship, how much money did the song bring in from sales in the first week if this pop star earned $800 that week? So this is the amount of money that we are earning. That's the total. So if we look back here, this is our Y. It's how much is being paid to the person. So it is our Y value. So if we use this same equation, Y equals 1/5 X, and it's saying that our 800 is our Y value, we're going to replace that. 800 equals 1/5 X. Now, in order to figure out how much this is worth, you can do a couple different things. You can replace this with different numbers to figure out what divides by 5 in order to get 800. Or you can solve it, which we haven't really talked about that, but don't worry, there's nothing really like this on the test. In order to solve this, I have to undo what's happening in the problem. So I'm going to divide by 1/5. I can't divide fractions, so I'm actually going to multiply both sides times 5. I'll bring the calculator over here again. And again, I do expect you to do this by hand, but I'll just show you quickly. 5 times 800 is 4,000. So X equals 4,000. So what this means is that there were 4,000 songs. Again, if we look here, paid to the pop star and sales. There's 4,000 sales of the song so that the pop star could earn this $800. All right, so describe what the point 0, 0 on the graph represents in terms of the situation being described on the graph. So in this situation, we're talking about sales and payments. So if there are no sales, or 0 sales, the pop star doesn't make any money. Or $0. So that's what that means. Okay. So now, last question. Which point on the graph represents the amount of money the pop singer gets for $1 in money brought from the sales if the song... Which point on the graph represents the amount of money the pop singer gets for $1 in money brought in from sales of the song by the store? So essentially, we are just replacing this again into this equation to figure out our total value. So in this case, we're going to do 1/5 X. We're going to replace the X in this point with the $1. So I have Y equals 1/5 times $1. Y equals 1/5 times 1 is still 1/5. So my Y is 1/5. My X equals 1. The ordered pair for that is 1, 1/5. So that is it. That is the entire review that you should have worked on in class. If you didn't finish in class, it was homework. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck, study hard, and I will see you tomorrow.